A Jacksonville man is sentenced to 20 years in prison for assaulting an officer. 40-year-old Eric Polk was convicted of assault of a peace officer for the incident that happened in August of last year. While trying to arrest Polk on an outstanding felony warrant, he struck the officer over the head. Now, in addition to that 20-year sentence, he was also ordered to pay a $5,000 fine.